Hi guys, it's the Arty Gamer back again for another video in our channel. Of course, grab your teas, grab your coffees, and yeah, maybe a little bit of food. And let's do this. How this works, guys. Let's take a sip of black coffee before we begin. Come on, join me. Oh yes, baby. And if you are new here today and you're into gaming retrospectives, complete in-box experiences, art and graphic design, and of course a whole load of nostalgia, then yes, you are so in the right places. Definitely consider giving this channel a subscribe and a like to the video if you haven't already. And yes, guys, if you are enjoying the artsy gamer mess and madness and want to get notified when the next video goes live, then of course just pop on your notification bell, powered by Tails there. And I just first of all say a massive thank you to everyone that congratulated the winners of the art pieces over the weekend. I've had quite a few comments just saying, oh, well done winners and congratulations and lovely artwork and stuff like that. So I really do appreciate all the lovely feedback. And actually, one of those comments was Jamie, who actually won one of the pieces. He was somebody that won one previously and then all of a sudden again won another one this time round. And Jamie has got back to me and said because he did win last time, he would like to, I guess is the word donate, donate his winnings to somebody of his choice. And I gave a list of a few names that regularly enter and haven't quite won yet. And he actually picked DA Gaming. Oh, bless him. So yes, DA, you are the new winner to my competition over the weekend. And just select which piece you would like. So yeah, here we go again. Just another quick flick through my blue folder. I've got all these pieces that I've done through the channel. We've got the Crash here, the Spyro. Oh, let me just keep going through. Sorry guys, most people have already sat through this. We've got the PS1 Hagrid there. What else have we got? I think it's the close-up Hagrid as well, if you fancy that one. There we go. We have got the Ratchet and Clank there as well. I hope I don't skip past this. Oh no, we got the mushroom there, if you fancy a Harry Potter mushroom. There we go. I did skip past this one actually on the main giveaway competition video, but yeah, we got that one there. Actually, that was one that Jamie won last time. Let's keep looking through. We have done quite a lot. Of course, we've got the Homer there as well. If you fancy the Homer, then yeah, just let me know. And I think coming to the end there, we have the Shadow piece. So yeah, well done DA Gaming then. So if you would like to just contact me, probably through Discord, which art piece you would like, and yes, I will get that sent to you. So a massive thank you to Jamie Lee for donating his winnings to DA Gaming. And guys, if you are not on TikTok, then, you know, definitely give DA Gaming a follow on TikTok. He is a great content creator. If you're into kind of my style of gaming, quirky, funny vibe, normally a bit of retro as well, then yeah, definitely hit DA up with a follow on TikTok. He is also on YouTube as well. He does a few little unboxing videos of certain games that he's got previously. So yeah, definitely drop him a subscribe on YouTube as well. Really, really great guy. And well done, DA! So yeah, there we go. What a lovely start to the video today. And guys, let's take another sip of coffee. Let's reset. And I'll explain what we're up to today. So come on, let's just take another sip, guys. Come on. Okay, baby. Wow, it is a really lovely week, actually, because I've got another fan of the channel, Big A. Now, I know Big A in person, actually, but he is actually really, really involved. He comments often on the channel, and he's actually a member on TikTok as well, so often gets involved sometimes in the comments over there as well. He's a really, really big fan. And he did ask me for his birthday, could I do a complete and boxed experience of some sort of football game? And I said, you know know what, Big A? Yes, absolutely, why not? So this is Big A's birthday treat. I don't know if this is going to be a regular thing. You know, I don't want loads of people coming at me saying, well, can I have my birthday? Can I have my birthday? It might get a little bit overwhelming, but we will see. We will see. Not to say never, but why not?
We can maybe start something here. We can maybe start something with some sort of birthday complete and boxed experience.
So yeah, we'll see how things go with this one, and then I can see what we can do future plans for. But anyway, here we go. We are going to do a complete and boxed experience of FIFA 08 today on the PlayStation 2. Of course, giving it the artsy gamer vibe. We're going to be looking at the front, we're going to be looking at the back, we're going to be looking at the disc and the manual involved in this. Not too much to say with the manual, but nevertheless, we have got a lovely, good few pieces of art and graphic design to explore on this as well. And actually, a little bit of a sticker here as well. So yeah, maybe a future video for a Let's Clean. So yeah, here we go. So, wow, I actually
know who is on the front of this one.
Well, one of them at least. So here we go. We've got Wayne Rooney, I would say, just absolutely giving it large, screaming down the camera there. It is obvious that he's just scored a goal, hasn't he? And I think it actually really sets the scene for the game. Yeah, you know, you're going to have your iconic players, aren't you? You're going to be choosing your football teams, your favourite one, getting all the kits to, you know, well, I guess kit your team up, pop all your players round, bit of a football manager vibe, and then off you go and start playing. So yeah, instantly I would say if you are into those FIFA games, that is definitely going to start going, okay, bit of Wayne Rooney, he's excited, I'm excited, let's put this in my PlayStation 2. So yeah, I do really like that. I love how they have used Wayne Rooney, because at the time he was playing for Manchester United, so of course that really bold, red, iconic kit, isn't it? Just absolutely slap bang there on the middle. Even if you are not a massive fan of football, that big red splodge instantly is going to kind of maybe make you look twice, and then you're like, oh, okay, a bit of football, yeah, which is really, really lovely. Forgive me, I actually don't really know who this guy is. Big A is going to be screaming down the camera, and all football fans, it probably even says it on his top.
Big A is going to be screaming down the camera, and all football fans, it probably even says it on his top.
But I can't even quite make that out. But possibly a Spanish player, potentially. That might be a bit of a Spanish kit. But again, guys, I can just feel everyone's eyeballs burning at me right now.
I can just feel everyone's eyeballs burning at me right now.
Because I am not a massive football follower at all. But I do like how this, I keep wanting to call them characters, but footballer is presented though here. Just a bit of a back shot now. He's actually a little bit more chill. Maybe they have just won a big competition and he's just sat there and he's just looking around, taking in the atmosphere. He's like, yes, 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 what an achievement, let's go. So it is really quite a happy, fun box art, I would say. Really, really nice. I do like how it is actually a black and white background though. And then the characters, I said characters. I am going to be calling these characters throughout, so I'm not going to pause and stop and go, characters, players. I'm just going to use it flippantly. But yeah, I do like how they are presented there, because it really does make them stand out against that, black and white backdrop, which is really nice. And then actually it does really complement the overall logo there, which is quite cool, quite dark, just quite streamlined, and I like that. But if we look closer now, guys, there is actually a little bit more art, a bit of an artistic flair, I would say, involved with this one. Now they have actually used some really lovely paint splats, which I like. Now I'm actually really digging this now, because I have got another FIFA football game to compare it to. So here we go, let's just get this one. So this is FIFA 2004. Now, I actually wanted this one. The reason why I've got this one in my collection is because I did have this many moons ago. My dad was starting to maybe just deep dive into other realistic games. Of course, football is very realistic, absolutely, especially these FIFA franchises. And he picked it up. He didn't dabble with it. I probably remember him playing it for maybe, 10 minutes? And yeah, thought, no, this isn't the game for me. I don't really know why he chose to kind of go down a football route, actually. If he was wanting more of a realistic game and in that sporty vibe, I would have assumed he would have gone for maybe more of a golf game. But anyway, maybe he thought, you know, artsy gamer, my real name at the time.
Artsy gamer, my real name at the time.
Would have preferred maybe a bit more action, and obviously football would provide that more than golf. But if we just compare the two here, these are pretty much just stand-alone football players. No artistic flair has really gone into them. It is just them in their action shot, ready to take their next goal, receive their next pass, or do a really awesome, I don't know, bicycle kick. Where here we've got, I would say, just a little bit more, which I really do like. They have actually thought a little bit with the detail here. I really do like the splats of paint. I mean, you could even maybe interpret it actually, and this is just me, just having gone to football matches. Lots of pints flying everywhere, drinks, you know, going absolutely sky high and trickling down everyone when there's been a massive celebration. And I don't know why, but these kind of paint splats kind of also give me the vibe that this is kind of like water flinging around.
Beer, alcohol just splattered everywhere.
Because that is kind of like the vibe you get. Kind of especially down here as well, I've noticed, which is really cool. Yeah, just splats everywhere. Which, yeah, that's just my interpretation of it. And I think it does kind of give it that football vibe, more so than this one, I believe. But yeah, and also what I wanted to mention now actually is that, gosh, this is 2004. It's probably 2004, 2005, 2006, 2007. Okay, yeah. So, oh yeah, of course. Double four, it's eight, blimey. Don't know why I was having to get my fingers out there. Blimey, guys, remember, my reading age is about 10, my mental math is about 5.
My reading age is about 10, my mental math is about 5.
Anyway, there's 4 years difference between these two. And what I have noticed, and just kind of like flicking through sports games in CEX, etc., around about 07, 08 is where I think they start to modernise the look of these games. Whereas this is very much retro, isn't it? If we're coming from that kind of outsider look, we're in the future now, looking back down at all these, I would class this as very, very retro, that Umbro style era. Do you know that vibe? Quite big, baggy tops and yeah, that kind of jazz. Whereas this is really starting to get a little bit modern now. They've streamlined the logo a little bit. It's less in your face. They've made it all small and I would say less going on actually as well. I mean, come on, look at that. It almost looks like a Beyblade going around in the circle there, which I think really is absolutely hit so hard. Whereas this is just a little bit more subtle now. Again, the FIFA 08, again, using kind of like duller tones here to really then bring out the FIFA and the 08. Yeah, are people getting that? Are people getting that vibe? Yeah, let me know. They are starting to like modernize this a little bit. And again, for me, that's where I'm just completely dropping off, absolutely, with regards to picking up retro sports games. I would say probably, yeah, anything 08 plus. Yeah, it really just then starts to get a bit of a modern vibe to it, and it's just then the same old FIFA game, isn't it? It really, really is. They don't really introduce too much more. It is just a basic standard football game. Yeah, you can then start to play online with players, but that got even more annoying because, yes, I played FIFA online, and I tell you what, many controllers had been smashed against the wall because of FIFA, and I'm sure I'm not alone with that. So yeah, but you know, with these kind of games, you know, where online really wasn't too much of a thing, you were just playing against the computer, you could just kind of set it at your own pace, and I think that's where, for me, retro sports players, and again, I'm only being very stereotypical there, but I would say that's where you were kind of playing, and then anything above that may have died off a little bit, if you're more of a casual gamer like me. Not to say, you know, hardcore hardcore FIFA fans. Well, Big A, you know, he's been playing since he was a youngster and still playing now. So yeah, but you know, more casual gamers, yeah, dropping off at around this if they did experience a football game. But yeah, there we go. Not too much to be said other than, yeah, it's just a classic standard FIFA football box art, and it's actually quite a pretty one. It is a pretty one with the lovely specks of paint. Of course, yes, guys, we have got the standard PlayStation 2 logo there, lovely and bold. A few just age ratings and subtle advertisements there. 3+, again, they need to make it nice and chirpy and cheerful, don't they, anyway, to appeal for that younger audience. And yeah, okay then, guys, we will take a little bit of a flip onto the back to see what we are presented with here. Now, I actually really do dig the back of this, actually. I really don't mind this. Yes, it's not really my art style. It's not really my vibe in terms of what I want from a box art. But the way they have displayed this is really good for a gamer perspective. They've got really lovely, big screenshots here, which is exactly what I want. Look at this. Everyone in action, looking like they're having a good time. Just a classic football fun, isn't it? Classic football fun. You know, dribbling mechanics there, tackling mechanics, shooting mechanics, lovely big bold pictures. And it's almost as if like you've got your big camera that you've taken photographs at the scene and you've developed the photographs and then you've kind of just popped them out all on the table for your friends to see. You know, I was really there. Like, that's the vibe that I'm getting. Text just shot off to one side there. I guess that gives it kind of like the flow that footballs are kind of jetting off here and jetting off there. There is never really one set direction for a football. It goes anywhere, doesn't it? Which is really cool. So I do like how everything is displayed there. You know, pictures here, there and everywhere, text off to the side. Yeah, I think it really does round off the box really well, actually, just taking into everything that the game can offer, which is lovely. Again, it is resting on a nice black and white background, which really does take in the theme there. And yes, if I'm rightly so, yeah, I believe it is a little bit of an extension from the front there. Yes, we do have a bit of a block off there with the name of the game down the spine, sorry. But as you see, it does kind of flow all the way around and then onto the back, which is really nice. And then boom, we've got all our lovely text and then screenshots. And that's exactly what you want. I really do think that. You got a gamer, you hear the lovely splash of red at the front, it's just really taken you. You've picked it up, you've played FIFA before. What are we seeing now? Oh yeah, really lovely. And I tell you what, they're really nice and clear. Really nice and clear screenshots. And then yeah, you can either explore what the text has got to say or go straight into the manual. So yeah, we'll have a little of the disc and of course the manual next. And guys, come on, my coffee's going cold. Let's just take a sip, come on. Oh, baby. Okay, well, we'll give it the artsy gamer. Pop. Okay, yeah, and here we go. So, what is fantastic about this?
Before I continue.
Something that I will be bringing to your attention at the end of the video here. But, yeah. And you see this? Not a Platinum's case and a Platinum's disc. So yes, I will be talking about that in a minute. But yeah, here we go. So that is what a FIFA disc should stereotypically look like. Not a silver mess. So yeah, here we go then. So we have got, I believe, is this Old Trafford? Is this Old Trafford? If it is, I'm taking that. So yeah, here we go. We've got that lovely grey aesthetic from the front, which is nice. And of course, we'll just, yeah, bring it a bit closer to the camera just to maybe take a little look at
Old Trafford?
Okay, yeah, so here we go. Now, okay, not too much to be said here. I'm pretty sure it is Old Trafford, and a lovely kind of like, yeah, black and grey effect to it, which really does keep in theme, which is really lovely. But again, not too much to be said. I am quite happy that it isn't a copy and paste. They could have easily just gone smack bang with those two players there and call it a day. But no, I think they did think about it. They thought, no, let's just drop those players there. Let's just create a nice subtle theme. And and yeah, just make it work holistically with the whole box. So I appreciate it. It's nothing special, but there we go. That's the disc. A few little subtle advertisements here and there. Yeah, FIFA obviously very, very big on this. So yeah, needs to be on there. And then the FIFA 08 and the EA logo, which is nice, nicely displayed. But again, going on for that kind of like modern look, that kind of like sleek look that I would say was starting to get very involved with organisations and yeah, well, that kind of jazz, isn't it? They would really start to like streamline logos and stuff like that. They were really starting to do that, modernising everything, or modernising, you know, whatever you would interpret that. And I believe they were starting to do that with the disc here as well. Not too much colour, everything a little bit dull and grey. But yeah, there we go. But of course we will give it the artsy game a flip, and oh yes, all you guys down the camera, if you are enjoying the artsy gamer madness today and just having a good old laugh at me slipping up over my words, which again has been another video where my words are just not coming out, then yes, you are so in the right places. Definitely consider giving this channel a subscribe and a like to the video if you haven't already, guys. Honestly, if you do that, it really does help out the channel a ton, and it means I can keep giving you these lovely videos. Right then, okay, of course we will just pop it back in the disc there. The disc, the manual.
The case.
What was I just saying, guys? What was I just saying? Yeah, my words today, they're not happening. They're not happening. It's because I need a sip of coffee. Come on, let's just take a sip. Come on. I'm excited. It's Big A's birthday. We've had like loads of winners from the recent competition over the weekend. Do you know what I mean? There we go. Okay then, so looking at the manual now. Now guys, unfortunately, there isn't much to be said about this manual, but of course it is the artsy gamer experience, and of course we'll take a little bit of a flick through. So yeah, unfortunately with this one I've got here, there isn't any advertisements. There may have been some advertisements with this one, but I didn't actually pick this one up myself. This was actually something that I've got just to show to the camera. I'm borrowing this from one of my gaming community setups that I just hold for work, and yeah, so obviously I will be giving this back, but I would like to try and get this sticker off for them, because everyone in my community does really, you know, take care of the boxes and stuff like that. They are really, really careful with everything. So as part of my duty and my job, I would like to spruce up a few of these. So yeah, taking off this sticker would be great. And again, it's something for the channel, absolutely. But, you know, I couldn't really say if this had an advertisement slip or not, because I didn't actually pick this up myself. But yeah, there we go. And here is the manual. All right, straight copy and paste. So again, nothing too much to be said about that, apart from what I was really saying was I think it's quite a nice, fun box art. All right then, okay, so yeah, here we go. Now, unfortunately, everything is in black and white, no colour here at all, and it is pretty much just going over all the mechanics that you need to know how to play the game. But what I do appreciate, actually, is that they have kind of got some of the text boxes in almost like post-it notes that they've kind of like ripped off from the paper and stuck it down with pins, almost as if like, yeah, you're in the changing rooms, they're just writing down notes, ripping them off to just give to your players, just to make sure they've got that nailed in their head, ready for when they, I don't know, go off for the second half or something like that. So I do really like the attention to detail there. That's pretty cool. But apart from that, yeah, it is pretty much just text box after text box after text box, going through all of the, yeah, I would guess the skills, the tricks, the passing, the shooting, the moving, the dodging, etc. That is very prevalent in this game, obviously. And of course, it does need to be put all in here, because at the time, you know, internet really wasn't, you know, at the snap of a finger, was it, to just say, go onto YouTube and yeah, okay, how do I do this trick? Boom, you know. It wasn't really, I would say, that well developed. You would have to do a bit of hunting to really try and find what you're after for. So again, a manual would actually be a lot easier, I would say, at the time. You just whack it, whap it, whatever.
Whack it, whap it. whatever.
From the box, and then there you go, you're good to go. It'll tell you what you're after. So yeah, but of course, unfortunately, nothing too much here. I don't even know if there's any screenshots, unfortunately, so I do apologize. Oh gosh, okay, yes. Straight to the back there. So yeah, not even any screenshots at all of any players doing some awesome moves. I will just have a double take here just in case I have missed anything, because that did seem to come to the end quite quick there. Yeah, no, nothing. Oh, what a shame. And again, but there you go, I kind of rest my case. This was starting an era where even manuals were just starting to get that little bit duller, weren't they? They were starting to put less things in there. They wanted to streamline everything a little bit. And then, unfortunately, yes, manuals were starting to lose it. And then, yeah, absolutely, PlayStation 3 comes along. And, yeah, those manuals weren't looking pretty towards the end either, absolutely. So I do believe kind of like 08 and onwards really was starting to be a bit of a death of the manuals. And not to say all, absolutely not. You know, there were some developers absolutely going for it and giving their gamers, you know, a great experience on the actual console and with their physical copies as well, maps and all sorts. But these kind of games that would come out year after year after year, yeah, they were starting to lose it, weren't they? And obviously FIFA was one of them. But yeah, there we go. That is the complete and boxed experience of FIFA 08 on the PlayStation 2 there. Again, I don't have too many nostalgic memories. I never played 8, unfortunately, but I did want to do that for Big A today. And I believe he would like me to do FIFA 15. I think that one's quite a big one in his heart as well. So yeah, definitely more to come with football games. Because, yeah, there are people out there. There are so many people out there that I would say are interested in these older football games. And what I have noticed on YouTube, a lot of my YouTubers that I watch, they absolutely just disregard sports games altogether. It's not for them. They don't have any nostalgia for it. They don't really talk about it. But yeah, you know what? There are people that are interested, and I do like to bring a mix of viewers to my show. So every so often I would like to just maybe rediscover or look at some, yeah, retro sports games, and maybe not necessarily football either. I know there's been some really cool hockey games out there, MMA games, golf, like I mentioned earlier. So yeah, and rugby. Did I say rugby or American football? Yeah, something like that really did appeal to lots of people, and maybe a little bit lost and a little bit stuck for YouTubers out there that are not really reliving those kind of retro sports memories. So yeah, I'm here for everyone. But guys, what I did want to bring your attention to actually was going back to this, sorry, here. So as you can see, I've got a lovely, I like to call them complete and pristine copies with no silver borders. And that means this isn't a Platinums edition. Now, Platinums editions, they were there to, again, kind of re-grab gamers that had either played their game a while ago and it was so good, you know, that they're trying to bring them back into the game by basically posting the games or whatever, or re-putting them up on the shelves with a big silver border saying Platinums edition. You know, this game sold really well. If you haven't already got it, go and get it now. Or if you've got rid of your game, come and get it back, because this sold loads and loads. And look at this fancy new design here. It's a Platinums case. It's Platinums. It's all silver and lovely. You know, come and buy this game again because it did so well. And that's what a Platinums edition is. But unfortunately, it really does ruin the aesthetic of all your games, especially if you're a game collector. And what is an absolute nightmare is that they don't come with a lovely disc art, which is of such a shame. They actually just go all cheap on us and give you a silver disc. And again, if I just re-show this one here, this is a true, genuine, kind of like complete, pristine box with no silver borders. And you get a nice coloured disc here with a little bit of disc art, which is really nice. But I guess to cut corners and to make everything cheap, or as cheap as possible, they would just get a standard disc, just pop a few, I don't know, advertisements on there, the name of the game, and then you're good to go. However, I picked this up from CEX. I wasn't really paying attention at the desk. I was probably just chatting away, saying,
Subscribe to the Artsy Gamer.
And I didn't realise that they had put a Platinum's disc in my case. It wasn't until I got home that I realised that, unfortunately, there was a Platinum's disc in my lovely case that isn't Platinum's. I was a little bit annoyed by that. I should have gone back to the store, but time got away. I think I realised it was way past, the return date. So yeah, if it was maybe a bit more of a, I don't know, a more obscure game that I really, really had passion for, then I probably would have gone down there straight away and like, no, I want the full complete package here. I don't want a Platinum's disc. But because it is just a football game for me that doesn't bring too much nostalgia, I just kind of put it on the back burner, and it was what it was, basically. But I just wanted to just point that out there. I think I did mention it when I did do my complete and box experience of this, but again, we have got a new big community now of new subscribers that may not have caught up on that. And I just want to say, just be careful if you are going to CEX in the UK or maybe GameStop in America, and you've got all these discs that they're lined up in the back there. They don't know you're a game collector. They just think you're just getting the game for a lovely bit of gameplay, and they go away, put it in, and boom, that's you done. But no, unfortunately not. That can be a bit of like, oh my gosh, they've got a Platinum's in here, and that's not for you. And it's not their mistake either. They're just, like I said, they're fast, they're busy as well. But just take your time at the cashier to just kind of go, oh, okay, can I just make sure we have got the right disc here? And then, you're good to go. And I'm sure they'll be absolutely fine with that if they have just got their Platinum's disc. You're like, oh, okay, sure, I can swap that out for you. So, just be mindful. That's what I'm trying to say there, guys. But, there we go. So, that was my complete and boxed experience of FIFA 08 on the PlayStation 2. I really did enjoy that. So, again, happy birthday, Big A. I hope you enjoyed this video as well. I did want to mention that this actually does have an advertisement slip. I did go over the advertisement slip in my complete and boxed of this here. But I would like to actually go and explore some of these advertisement slips in another video, a video dedicated to advertisement slips that I've collected. I'm not going to go over this today. I'm saving that for a future video. But I do often say, if there is a game that has got advertisement slips or a lovely little advertisement book, then that is the complete package. Yeah. Right then, guys, well, let's take another sip of coffee, guys. Come on, you join me before I slip on my words even more. I've had a slippy day, guys. I've had a slippy day with my words, so come on. There we go. Well, that is it for today, guys. And again, well done to DA for bagging a lovely art piece in, from Jamie. That is me, Artsy Gamer, over and out.